Good morning, gentlemen. Yeah, I just finished washing my clothes. On my way to the Hypocrite Convention. I should be getting there just as the pastor arrives. I gotta avoid all the phoniness. Anyway, thank you for joining me on another Man Talk. Hi, gentlemen. My gents. Yesterday, I had to do a favor for my sister while waiting for a package she had shipped. I sat down and I was reading, flipping through the only magazine, sensible magazine in Iraq, which is GQ. And I had stopped reading GQ from 2008. Because to me, GQ has sunk to being a women's fashion magazine for men's clothes. And maybe because I'm getting old. Maybe because I'm getting old. The fashion, but what I see being passed as men's fashion looks like women's clothes. I mean, every man in every magazine, every ad for men's clothes, the men are basically wearing pantyhose. I mean, that's how tight it is on them. Now, for me, I hate being confined. So I don't even like my clothes tight on me. I don't even like my clothes up on me. So even when I bought my suit to swim in the winter, I got it a size bigger because I didn't want it right on me. Even though it's supposed to keep it on me, it's supposed to be right up on me for the warmth. Anyway, I don't even like that on it. Even for my own health, I don't like things right up on me. Now, it really looks suspect to see how men are wearing these clothes. And I'm like, who is designing these clothes for men? It can't be men. Because I don't understand what man thinks it looks good to be walking around wearing women's clothes. Now, gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about the masculine principle. And shout out to Robert Perkins, power to the people, because he talked about that, the erosion of the masculine principle. I maybe because it's just me, I was born in 72, so maybe I'm looking at things from that point of view. But how do you feel like a man in women's clothes? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I mean, the picture of LeBron James and that Harden dude. I mean, how do you as a man get dressed like that, look in the mirror and think that's okay to leave the house to go into the public? And maybe because I don't know who to blame, but what kind of woman they have around them that can't tell him, Chief, you know what, that is not the move. Don't come in public like that, and you can't come in public behind me looking like that. I'm sorry. People must be able to tell the difference between the two of us. Maybe because I'm getting old. You never know. That's probably what it is. I chalk it up to that. I'm getting old. Because I, for the love of Christ, cannot figure out when did it become okay for men to be wearing women's clothes. And then the thing is being glorified in this magazine. And that's the reason why I stopped buying it from like 10 years ago, and it's gotten worse. And to some extent, I blame women for it. And not for the same reason, like how people say, oh, blame the woman. No. You a woman. Why are you rewarding this man with attention and he looks just like you? Now, you're supposed to ask yourself, now I could be wrong, I'm not a woman, just from my point of view, I feel that as a woman, when you with a man and he's dressed like you gotta ask yourself a good question. Whose attention is he trying to get? He can't be dressing like no woman for you. Whose attention is this young man trying to get dressing up like you? Why is he dressed like you? Just a thought. Just a thought, ladies. I mean, you with him, and he's wearing women's clothes, and you go in public with him. That tells me either A, you're oblivious, or it don't matter. I don't know what's more scary. But anyway, gentlemen, I'm on my way to church. On the real, this dressing like a woman is not in the move. Maybe I'm an old man. I don't see myself as being old. But like my niece tells me, I'm out of touch. I mean, that's probably what it is. Dressing like a woman is... I don't know what to say about that, gentlemen. Maybe I'm out of touch like my niece says. I'm not hip. And I kind of thank God for it. I don't see how men dressing like women is a fashion statement. I know a statement you're trying to make, or I assume I know what you're trying to make, but it's not a fashion statement. I'm sorry. I don't care what Kanye West says. Men are to look like men. Men are never ever to be mistaken for women. Not even at a glance. But anyway, that's part of my book I had for the Empress Club called The Mark of the Beast. Gentlemen, you should not be in women's clothes. Your pants should not be so tight on you that it looks like pantyhose. I don't understand what that's about. I understand women wearing tight clothes. They're putting their resume out. Now, why are you wearing tight clothes, gentlemen? Not you, gentlemen. I mean, these guys in the magazine and the young guys I see walking around. Whose attention you trying to get? I know whose attention the girl's trying to get. Now, she obeying the laws of biology and nature. Now, what you up to, dude? Gentlemen, this is why you have to be in the house. You have to be in these houses. And this is why I always say, get you right first. You create order so that chaos has no room to enter. Like the Bible says, what communion had light with darkness? So you provide order and chaos has to go and is not comfortable staying. Anyway, gentlemen, let me go to church. See you all later.